You've consistently disappointed us.
Damn, Daniel!
Hello! It has been a while since I've done one of these, because, I didn't have the files for the old game. It was on an old computer, and hence I couldn't finish it. So I had to restart all over again. So welcome back. It's been 4 years, almost? And a lot has changed since then. I wanted to remake the 5, because it needed it. Really, it needed it. Badly. For those of you who are new to the channel, the 5 is something I made during the 2020 COVID interlude, aka the Apocalypse. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game in visual novel style because if you go back and look on my channel, I have another cringe video detailing my love for said genre of game. And now that I have definitely matured, totally, I decided to remake said game. With the FNAF movie having come out, there being a new game, I thought it was the perfect time to release this, not necessarily in lieu of Afton, but in the meantime. Afton has been delayed and somewhat put on the back burner for the better part of 2 years, but it is still happening, rest assured, don't worry about that, he always comes back. This is gonna be the same kind of style of devlog as I did when I first made the 5, so let's get right into it.
Are you ready for Freddy?
Fuck you, Springtrap.
First of all, and I know I already said this, but my inspiration to reboot it was, of course, the resurgence in FNAF, that being the FNAF movie and Help Wanted 2, and just nostalgia factor in the need to make something. I was rewatching my very good friend Chetri's gameplay, and that is hysterical. Go watch it, please. You will have a fantastic time. And I noticed that a lot needed to be improved, and I mean a lot. The crew that worked on the original 5 is the same one working on it now. I do the sprites and backgrounds, and my lovely boyfriend Sage does the CGs and helps out with the more detailed aspects of things that I entrust him with far better than myself. Chetri is our main beta tester and is usually the first one to upload a video of gameplay, second to that only being Markiplier. Please, 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 please. Now, since the 5 was first abandoned, I hadn't touched coding during that entire time period, so I basically had to relearn everything, which was a bit of a pain in the ass. The first sense of impending doom that I had with relearning coding came with an audio file where I could not get it to play for, I kid you not, 4+ hours. The reason why? It had to be an MP3, and it was not an MP3, and I knew it had to be an MP3. Another thing was I was reminded how painfully repetitive coding can be. Even if not working with ones and zeros and number coding, just via commands in Python, it was still agonizing.
Is that picture? Look awesome.
Now, all that being out of the way, let's see what we've updated. Of course, we've updated all of the backgrounds. and all of the sprites. We've redone CGs, and we have also taken out an element of the previous rendition that is no longer present here. Thank God. Other than that, it's about the same story, same trajectory, 5 endings, each with a different path, one of them being canonical to FNAF, the other 4 being my own kind of spin-offs. This did publish a few days ago. It went up on the 24th. I just procrastinated on making the video because I'm terrible. Book 2 currently doesn't have a release date because I have a lot of other projects going on, mainly being the sequel to my book Dissension Upon Us, of which Chetri beta read and Sage did the cover art for. I'm also working on a few film projects, 2 of which are documentaries, which are probably gonna come out first, which I have never done. This is of course one of the main things I'm working on, however, and I do plan on it being finished before the end of 2024, along with all these other projects. I'm gonna make a video about the 2024 project list, so that should also be going up later around the same day as today. So you can check that out and just see the itinerary of what I've got going on for the upcoming year. I'm also starting film school, so I'm hoping with those resources I can make more content than I did in 2023, which was a very slow year for me. In fact, I hadn't uploaded for about 6 months, which is the longest I've gone, mainly because I graduated school and I just didn't have the opportunity to continue my Premiere subscription until very recently. I'm actually not even editing this on Premiere, I'm using Microsoft Clipchamp, so if that tells you anything. With that being said though, this was a very short and sweet devlog, and the next one is gonna be packed with way more. So before I leave you, I'm gonna give you my plans for the next book. Book 2 is when the choices you make really start to matter. So every time you click, be careful what you're clicking. 2 is also when you establish kind of which character you lean towards, either Henry or William, or doing your own thing as Newbie, who is the MC. Writing the same characters as we did with the original Book 2, that being Michael, the Bullies, Crying Child, Elizabeth. We visit Sister location, way more action-packed, longer book. The tonal shift at the end of Book 1 becomes consistent throughout the rest of the story. I hope you enjoy Book 1. I hope you stick around to see Book 2. You can check out my other projects via the links on screen right now, and I will see you next time. Bye!